Hello, Internet! I'm back! Jerry's still here, or whatever I named the mouse last week, but he's still roaming around there, so I might have some weird cuts to the audio back there. But anyway, welcome to FAQ Friday, episode 88 of the show that I just said the name of. It's the show that this logo was made for by a guy, and then he left here, and then we got another one, and then he left here, and now we have a Russian, and he's stuck here forever. Let's get to your questions. Alright, first question is from Gabrielle Becker Quiroz. Quiroz. That's too many vowels. Pat Sajak would just, tell you you're broke. You can't buy that many. Anyway, I bought a Tusk saddle. How do I know it's original? Well, we don't really have any problems with piracy or fakes or counterfeits. Generally, our parts now will have laser etching on it, so if you bought a nut or saddle off of Amazon or off of our website or through like Sweetwater or Sam Ash or All Parts or US Band and Orchestra or St. Louis Music or JHS or anyway, a bunch of our dealers or distributors, it will have little black laser etching on the white parts, and then on the black parts it'll just look like it's kind of stamped into it, but it's still burnt in. So if you bought one of our nuts or saddles or any of those things, and you are weary if it's legit, and you can take it and drop it onto a hard surface and it will make a resoundingly beautiful, harmonically rich pinging sound. So I'm gonna drop it on the hardest thing I could find, a fuzz pedal, and it'll sound like this. And this is a piece of plastic, and it was obviously garbage because it broke, but this is what most companies will put in their guitars, and it'll sound like this. Garbage! Anyway, but yeah, as you can see, there's a little laser etching. I'm gonna zoom it in about 500%. Yeah, look at all those megapixels working hard. Anyway, that's what it'll look like. This next one is from Larry McLean. I want to replace the nut and saddle on my A1R Yamaha with Tusk. I'm wondering if the A5R is the same. Please send me the product names for the nut and saddle. Thanks, Larry. So, for your Yamaha, you'll want to go for the PQ9280, and for the nut, the PQ1728 or the PQ6116. They're pretty similar. Yeah, go with the 1728. I think that'll be less work for you. Next one is from Dave Lowe. Have a 1965 Fender Jaguar that needs a new nut. I cannot see anything that matches what you show on your list. Very small and thin. Width is just under 3 mil. It's 41.3 mil long. The E to E is 34.5 mil. Any help is more than welcome. Thank you. So for your Fender Jaguar, or Fender Squire, or Fender Strat, or Fender Telecaster, or Fender Jazzmaster, you'll want to go for the PQL 5000. It's a little bit thicker than you need, but you can easily just sand that down with some 400 to 600 grit sandpaper, and it'll be a little bit longer than you need. Generally, we'll make most of our parts thicker and longer than you need. So the measurements that you see on the site are accurate or very close. So for like a Fender style, generally they'll be like 42 mil, and we'll make them 42.8 mil, just so there's a little bit of meat on the ends, just so you're not running into a situation where it's too short or too thin, so then it wobbles. So yeah, just take some sandpaper, sand it off the edges and the side, and then get the perfect fit, and your Jaguar that is old as balls will be awesome. Next one is from Mike G. PT5000. What is the radius of the curve on the bottom? So the radius on the top and bottom of the Fender style nut, the PT5000 or the PQL 5000, is 9.5 inches, because that's standard. So yeah, if you don't need it to be curved on the bottom, you can just leave that tab alone. But if you do need it to be curved on the bottom, because a lot of Fender stuff will have a curved slot that is the same radius as the fretboard, you can sand that tab off, and then you're good to go. So yeah, those are all the things I know. Next one is from Michael Grady. Do you guys have Tusk XL slotted bass 5-string sizes in white? We do. Most of our parts aren't listed on our site because we make thousands of different variations. So predominantly we are an OEM and builder company, so we make parts for Gibson and Yamaha and Fender and pretty much every guitar company that you've ever heard of. And they will ask us to make special runs of certain parts in certain materials, or we'll make new molds for them and do a bunch of awesome stuff and work with all of your favorite guitar builders to make their guitars as good as possible. But that would be a lot of work to put them on the website and maintain and everything like that. So we mainly just have some of the best sellers, or the most... Shut up, Larry! are some of the most popular nuts on there. So if you do see something that you are wanting in a different material, we probably do make it. And if you are looking in our OEM catalog and you see a nut that's perfect for your guitar and you don't see it on our site, just shoot us an email at sales@graphtech.com and we probably make it in that material, and we probably make it in left-handed. Some of, actually no, that's not true. Most of the left-handed parts, we have them up front because I want my people to feel loved. So yeah, send us an email at sales@graphtech.com, and yeah, we probably have what you're looking for. Next one is from Steve Guelzo. Could you advise me what the saddle would be a direct replacement for a Siegel Natural Elements Model SGT35CW Mini Jumbo? Thanks in advance. All right, guitar companies, stop calling your stuff Mini Jumbo. A Jumbo is a model. If it's a Mini Jumbo, is that not just a parlor or just like a regular size guitar? Anyway, rant over. Yes, the saddle that they buy for those obligatorily named Jumbo that are mini guitars are the PQ9281. And yeah, go buy that one. All right, next one is from Lee Warlow. I have a Furch Blue GC CM and I am wanting a complete setup, bridge, and nut. Just wondering how long it would take to come, and also if I need to measure perfectly, do I need to give you any leeway? Thanks. So Furch buys a couple different parts from us. So yeah, if you just measure the overall length of the nut that's on there, that can at least narrow it down. They'll either buy the PQ6116 or the 6134. Only difference between those essentially is that it's either 44 mil or 43, or 1 11/16 and 1 3/4. And for the saddle, they buy the PQ9280. They buy blanks from us for a couple models, but I think those are just kind of weird one-off things that they do. But yeah, so the PQ9280 will be the saddle you want, either the 6134 or the 6116. Depending on how long the nut on your guitar is. So, it'll be one of those. All right, next one is from Ronaldo Toledo. Good afternoon. I have a Fender Stratocaster guitar. Which nut model is best for this guitar? I want the best. Kind regards, Ronaldo. Good, because that's all we have, is the best thing that you'd ever put on your guitar ever. So, for a Stratocaster, made by Fender, in California, or Mexico, or China, or Indonesia, or Japan, you'll want to go for the PQL 5000. And if you want some extra added smoothness, go for the PQL 7004s and replace those bent, cheap metal string trees that they put on there. They're fine, but they could be good. All right, next one is from Renee Garcia. Hi, I recently purchased a Fender FA 135 CE and heard a buzz coming from one of the strings. As I took a look at it, I noticed that the nut was broken on it now, and I have to replace it, but would like to know what the correct size of nut, saddle, and pins do I need to replace the original ones on my guitar. I would really appreciate you getting back to me with this. So for that one, you want to go for the PQ 61434, and for the saddle, you want to go for the PQ 9272, and for the pins, any of the traditional style pins will be a drop-in replacement, and we'll change the plastic or bone or whatever they put in there to awesomeness. All right, next one is from Joseph Stauffer. Hello, I'm trying to determine which nut I need to order for this guitar, and then a link to an Epiphone. All right, so assuming that you're looking at it on their website, it's probably going to be made well after 2014. So if you're wanting white, you'll want to go for the PQL 6061. I don't know why I said that like a radio person. Next question is from Gordon Foster. Hi, which nut and saddle do you recommend for an Epiphone DR100 EB? It is black. Strings, Elixir, nano web medium. I like the sound of the nut and saddle on my Cole Clark. If that's important, they are Tusk. Thanks. So if you're wanting black, then we make all the parts that we sell to Epiphone, and that will be a drop replacement for your Epiphone. And yeah, we make them in black. So the nut will be a PT 6134, and the saddle will be a PS 9272. I don't know if that one's on our website. If it isn't, then shoot me an email at sales@graphtech.com and we can do a special order. And yeah, Cole Clark uses our stuff on a bunch of their guitars because they're all awesome. And you could be awesome too. All right, next one is from Eric Lewis. Good afternoon. I have an ESP LTD M10 6-string guitar. Would you please give me the part number? Thank you very much and have a great day. Part number for what? Do you want a nut or a bridge or a saddle? All right, well, assuming that you're going to want a nut, the PT6642 is going to be the drop-in replacement that you need. If you're wanting bridges that are also awesome, then the PS8863- whatever color is currently on there. All right, next one is from Robert McNeil, and I'm going to make this quick. He's got a Squier Telecaster and wants a nut. So we all know the answer to this one already, but says the website is unclear if Tusk XL and Black Tusk XL are just a difference in color or if they have different tonal properties. Can you elaborate? No, they're identical. The measurements, the mold that they come out of, and essentially the materials that are made with them are all identical. There's no difference in anything other than the color, so you just get the one that matches your finish and you will have the best tuning stability on your Squire bullet that you've ever imagined. You've dreamed of tuning stability this good. And the excessive pinging noise that you've been hearing every time you tune up your guitar, it haunts you. I'm getting super dark about it because it's Halloween right now and I know it's not for you. It's been 2 weeks already and you've already like had a stomach ache 3 times over because you eat candy and then you hate yourself and then you forget and you're like, oh, a Twix bar, and then you eat it and then you anyway, yeah, go with the PQL 5000 or the PT 5000 depending on what color you want. That's it. Shut up, Larry. Anyway, thanks for watching FAQ Friday. It has been a wonderful time spent with you, and if you agree, hit the like button, and if you thought I went on way too many tangents, then hit the dislike button. If you want, you can hit the subscribe button. Actually, no, not if you want. I command you, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, because we do this all the time, and we do other videos eventually when I'm not crazy busy and have time to edit them. But they're coming out eventually, and playlists are up there, and there's comments, and I don't know. Tell your friends that you love them, and see you next week. Party hard.